get into this. So again, for the people that are new to HD Tactical, welcome. First and foremost, we're in the gun room here at HD Ranch. My name is Dalton Rainwater. Basically, I'll give you a little bit of background before I get into this. We want to start doing gear reviews, and basically I want to give you gear reviews based on my experience. This is what works for me. This isn't what works for everybody, but this will kind of give you a better understanding of how to set up your gear. So my experience is when I graduated high school at 18 years old, I got into law enforcement. I've been around law enforcement my whole life. I've been in law enforcement now for about 8 years, doing multiple different things, all the way from uniform patrol, SRT/SWAT elements, executing search warrants, executing arrest warrants, dignitary protection details, all the way up to narcotics, K9, all that good stuff. So that's enough about me. We'll get into this. So what I have here is the belt that I use on operational standpoint. Operational standpoints for law enforcement. This isn't something that I would wear in uniform patrol necessarily, unless your department allows you to do so. So basically what I have here is what works best for me in the different situations that I've ran into and the different things that I've seen. So basically we got a standard MOLLE belt. Nothing fancy about it, it's just a standard MOLLE belt. What we did is ultimately I moved this Cobra buckle all the way to the left, almost close to my gun. Reason being is because I wanted to be able to have this real estate here in the front of my torso to be able to put my magazines in a more natural position to where I'm used to carrying them. When I was in patrol, I carried the 3 mags right here, almost directly in front of me with a handcuff pouch over to the left. So I'm very used to having gear right here in front of me. Now, if you see, I got some trinkets and stuff hanging. I got my magazines are canted, almost, this one is canted at like a 45-degree angle. This one's almost at like a 90-degree angle. Reason being is because I spend most of my time inside of a vehicle. We do a lot of vehicle operations, vehicle from the beginning point to the end point for executions of search warrants and all that good stuff. So basically I want to have these magazines out of the way of my kit. Because in my vest and stuff like that, I carry a fanny pouch to be able to have different things stowed away and not really in the way. So this kind of keeps them out of the way of that kit. And basically, these are just 2 standard magazine pouches. I like the taco pouches because I change pistols, and you'll see that in just a second. I change pistols a pretty good bit depending on the mission that I'm going out to do, and that is simply just held there with zip ties. Some people may go against that. I can tell you I've ran numerous ops with this belt and I've never had any issues out of zip ties. Next, going into the AR mag, I only carry one AR mag. I carry one on my vest too. The reasons I don't carry a whole lot of AR mags is we're in more of an urban environment where we're close to a vehicle. It's not like we're going to go be out in the middle of Iraq where we're going to be getting away from vehicles and going on 5-mile rucks. So with that, I carry 2 mags, 2 spare mags and 1 in the gun. That gives me 3 mags. If need be, I can always get back to the vehicle if at all possible. But should get the job done with 1 extra spare pistol mag on my vest, 1 AR mag, 1 on my belt, and 2 pistol mags on my belt. Next, I keep a dump pouch. Dump pouches are great for all kinds of different things. Basically, I'll carry flex cuffs. Flex cuffs are really awesome because I can stow a lot of these away, but I need somewhere to put those. So if the mission determines that I'm on an arrest team or something like that, I'll throw some flex cuffs in there. This is also something that we're working on to start offering. What this is this is a buddy drag. Basically, you see guys have tubular nylon weaved through the back of their kits in order to get pulled out of a bad situation. This is a little bit different. This is something that I came up with that fits me real well, that I can just throw in a dump pouch. All I got to do is go up and I can loop this around my buddy's belt and I can drag him out of the whatever bad situation he's in. I'll also just kind of wrap this around. We can take that and we can also throw that into this dump pouch and we can get to both of those pretty easy. Gloves are a big argument. Whether you're going to use pig gloves, you're going to use some kind of tactical gloves. I'm not really into all the tactical stuff. I'm into what works for the best price because most of the stuff was bought by me. I wear Mechanics fast gloves. They're fast something other, but ultimately they're just Mechanics gloves from O'Reilly's. I wear these on pretty much every operation because ultimately if you got to pull some bars off of a window or if you got to pull a burglar bar door or something, you're going to want these. The next thing that I carry on my belt is I carry a wedget. Wedgets were invented by firemen. I hate to say that, but they were invented by firemen. Basically, if you look at breaching tools and stuff to get into houses and keep overrun a house, you might want to look towards the fire department because police suck at it. Just being honest, we got some pretty high-tech stuff, but the firemen are way in front of the curve. So if you want to know more about breaching and how to do different things to get into houses and stuff, go talk to your local fire department. Ultimately, this wedget is pretty cool. What I can do is I can either put it on top of the door, I can slide it underneath the door to keep it stopped open, or I can just drop it onto a hinge of a door in between the frame and the door, and it keeps the door open for me. So if we come up to a screen door and we're about to breach it, and I'm the number 2 man, let's just say, I'll go ahead and open that door up and I'll slap this on a hinge, and that way that door doesn't close back on my breacher as he's coming back up to go hit that door. So that's a pretty handy, cheap piece of kit. I would definitely suggest this for anybody. This is just an S-bander that's holding this, and then I got a roll of electrical tape. Electrical tape is awesome for a multitude of different things, whether it's a piece of your whatever fell off and you need to hurry up and get something back together pretty quickly, you can do that with just a little bit of electrical tape. It has saved a number of my guys on different ops because they broke shit and just needed to ultimately have something to fix that real quick. Standard handcuff pouch, nothing special, just a handcuff pouch, standard handcuffs. That's if I'm gonna wear this on like a warrant roundup or something like that. The next thing I'm gonna get into is I wear a Black Hawk Omnivore. Reason being is because different missions require different things. If you just saw what I did, I have a Safariland QLS system on the back of that Black Hawk holster. And then I have the QLS system with the UBL on here. The reason being, just hang tight 1 second. Reason I use a QLS system is because I can switch through a multitude of different holsters pretty quickly. I kind of got away from Safariland after Black Hawk came out with the Omnivore. I'm not a hood guy. I'm a holster. Never have been. I like to be able to get to this pistol as quickly as possible. But ultimately, if the mission deems it and I need a Safariland holster, I can ultimately switch out to that pretty quickly. I use a low rod UBL system because it just offsets that gun down just a little bit. I'm not really what are those things? The leg shrouds or whatever. I'm not really into those because ultimately if I got to defend this pistol in a fighting situation, I want to have it at a decent level where I can ultimately get my arm on top of that gun so nobody can get it out. So, and then I use a leg strap. Became a leg strap fan a couple years ago, not really because of the tacticalness, but because running a low ride UBL, you still get that flop out of these UBLs. So ultimately this just cinches it down. So we'll take a look at the Blackhawk Omnivore. The reason I like the Blackhawk Omnivore is, like I said, I use a multitude of different pistols. So I have a Canik SFX, I have the Canik TP9, and then I have a Glock 19. So ultimately I can take this Canik TP9 and it fits in there real good. If I need to switch over to my Glock 19 for whatever reason, I can switch over to it. Holds it real good. And then if I need to use my larger Canik SFX, because it's going to be some type of range day or something where I got to use iron sights, no biggie. We can just push this, put this TLR1 on there, tighten that down, and then we can use the Blackhawk Omnivore for that. So the Blackhawk Omnivore fits, like, I think they advertise like 150 different pistols. I don't know. I don't have 150 different pistols. All I know is it fits pretty much every gun I got, minus some of the cool revolvers you see behind me. Sorry, Blackhawk hasn't came out with that yet. But anyway, this is a belt. That's my belt. What we do at HD Tactical is we offer belt builds. We'll do a custom belt build. Basically, you tell me what you want the belt to do, what you want the belt for, and based on my experience and the different pieces of kit I've used over the years, I'll build you one. I'll build you a complete belt for 250 bucks ish. Now, if you get off into a tangent and want some crazy holster, want some crazy other types of kit, and want some expensive stuff, price is obviously going to go up. But if you want a standard belt like this, I can build you one for about 250 bucks. So other than that, thanks for coming. Subscribe to our Facebook and our Instagram, and we appreciate you for watching.